Hey guy, I'm Andy Manford. Welcome to another episode about financial literacy. Yeah, today I'm going to be discussing about the difference between job and business. Remember why Trump is using struggling to make America great again. I'm here to make all my followers great again. So if you find this content useful and helpful, please like, share, and subscribe so you don't miss out whenever I release content like this. So today I'm going to be revealing to you the differences between business and job. What is business? Business is that entity, okay, you own that generates you income. Now, there are three types of income. There's earned income, there's cash flow, and there's portfolio income. So I'm going to go into details into these different types of income in another video. So what you should understand is business, okay, is that entity or that organization that generates you income without your presence, whether you're there or not, whether you're in bed sleeping, whether you're in China, um, 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 following up a business, or whether you are on vacation, your business works and generates you income. That is what is called business. Okay? You don't need to be there. Your physical presence is not supposed to be there 24/7, or you are not supposed to be there physically for that um, entity to generate you money or income. That is what is called business. So nowadays, people misinterpret the difference between between business and job. People call jobs or people refer to jobs as businesses. As a financial literate, if you've understood the difference, the basic difference between assets and liabilities, and then you've understood assets in its entirety, I'm going to do another video to explain assets in its entirety, because asset is a whole subject on its own. Like, it's just a word, but it contains a lot. There's a lot about assets people don't know due to ignorance, because money is not taught in schools. So business, okay, you're not supposed to be there for it to work. The moment you're there for it to work or generate you income, it's not more a business, it's a job. Now, business and job, they all fall under assets. Okay, they are all types of assets. Your business is an asset, your job is an asset. Now, your job is a fixed asset, okay, whereas your business, it's a variable asset. It means it can have ups and downs. It's very volatile, it's very risky, okay, whereas your job is something that is fixed. It's very, 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 very secure. The secure there is 100%, because you know every month and you have this amount of money, okay, whereas with business you can have more money, you can reduce in income, okay, it depends. So any entity that you need to be there for it to be functional, for it to generate you income, it's a job. Now, that thing or those things or those entities, you don't need to be there. It produces you money in your absence, are businesses. Now, I see in the US The majority of people that own houses are truck drivers, yeah, or doctors, yeah, because they earn money, they make much money. Yeah, I mean, like for those who have not been to school, who have not studied something like a profession, they've just done this training and they end up being truck drivers. They make a lot of money and they call it business. You are a truck driver, even if you own your own truck, but because you live from Monday to Friday, you go, you work much money and you come back. You compare yourself to a doctor, you earn the same money as a doctor. It's true, it's good, but between you and a doctor, there's not much difference. In some of the cases, you even earn slightly more than doctors. But what I'm saying is, between you and the doctor, there's no difference. You all are doing what they call job. You as a truck driver that owns your own truck, that is not a business. You say you have a company, you own a business, I have an LLC, I own my own truck, I drive for myself, I'm a business person. That is not a business. Stop making this mistake. Stop missing out things, because tomorrow, if you're sick and you're lying at the sick on a bed, that truck won't generate you income. Rather, it's going to be taking money out of your pocket. You still need to pay the insurance of that truck. You still need to pay uh, um, for the maintenance of that truck. Okay, it keeps taking money from your pocket. If you're not working, if you're not available, you can't go for vacation. If you go for vacation, that truck can't generate you income. Okay, so the only moment you can say you're into business is when you buy trucks and you employ people to drive them for you. That time you're into business, because you're not supposed to be there for that business or for that entity or for that system to generate you income. Whether you're on vacation, you're drinking or feasting or whatever, your money works for you. Whether you're sleeping on your bed, your drivers or your employees are out in the streets in Miami, Florida, driving for you, generating you income. That is what we call business. When you own two or more trucks and people are driving it for you, you pay them, then you can say you own a business. But if you're your boss, okay, you are your boss, you bought your truck by yourself and you're driving it, that is still a job. You know, jobs, they are in different categories. Yeah, you can be both truck drivers. One person is driving for a company, that company is paying him, and you own your own truck. You're all truck drivers, okay? But now the person that drives for a company is making more money. Sorry, is making less money than the person driving, or the person driving its own truck. You driving your own truck, you're making much more money. You can even making triple the money the other person driving for the company is making. But you're both having jobs. The simple difference is that you as a truck owner, your job is paying more than the other person. Okay, you're earning more money compared to the other person. So because you're earning more money compared to the other person, doesn't make that system a business. You still own a job. Okay, a job, you must be there. The moment you're not there, the moment you don't work, the moment you don't clock in or clock out, the moment you're not in service, there's no money made. Okay, you must be there 100%. You must be there. Whereas business, you must not be there. You can be there, and you must not be there. You can choose to be there as you can choose not to be there. But in business, the difference between business and job is that in business, you may not be there, but it keeps generating you income. That's the core difference between business and job. So Please, you should understand properly, you should know the difference between business and job. Yeah, as a financially literate person, you should not only rely on jobs, you should rely more in businesses. Businesses, you can own more than two businesses, but job, the more you own, the more you're stressed out. Whereas business, you can own even 50 businesses, 100 businesses. It's possible and you're not stressed out. You still feel free, relax. You have your coffee, you drink your coffee, you go for your vacation. That is the power of business. Okay? Business can make you get rich quickly and smarter without stress. Whereas job, you can't get rich faster and smarter. It has the way it builds you up. Okay? So if you found this video interesting, please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share so that you don't miss out any video I release about financial literacy. Thank you.